Hey guys, Justin here with another shave of the day. Today is Thursday. Today's Friday now. So yeah, it's been about 4 going on maybe 5 days. I shave at night, so it's kind of iffy, but I think it's about 4 days. Anyway, tonight I am shaving with Tim's Soap Hybrid Gen 2. So there is a difference between the Gen, it doesn't say it here, but there's a difference between the Gen 1 and Gen 2. The Gen 1 was more of a fruity, I don't know if it was fruity or not. I think it was woodsy and citrus. Definitely citrus at the very least, but this one completely unlike that. So I have the notes on there. Problem with Tim's website is, of course, they are shut down, and as is, oh yeah, I suppose I should mention that. If you guys can see here, the hybrid was right there. It has the Shave Revolution, which is now also no longer. But anyway, the notes aren't exactly clear, but I'll just read you the little paragraph they had on the website that I could find. It says, whether you're in the mahogany trim den of an old manor or hunting lodge in an old growth forest, chances are you'd enjoy yourself more with a bottle of single malt Highland whiskey. This soap is a hybrid scent of dueling solitary pursuits. One side sits the mellow, gentlemanly scent of a den lined with polished wood and classic aftershave. Oh, and the classic aftershave of a man who spends his time there. On the other side is the deep, rich scent of a hunting lodge buried in a dense forest, featuring notes of pine, burnt wood. Oh, sorry, pine and burnt wood. Both soaps also include an undertone of peat and cedar and slightly sweet oak that calls to the mind a sip of scotch on a crisp, cool evening. Perfect for your hunting lodge, your study, or your den, in quotation, shave den. Hybrid number 2 is a gentleman's scent through and through. So, I am blooming my soap just because I literally just put one in there like 5 seconds ago. And I completely forgot to add water to my sink. That is a first. Alright, didn't want to subject you guys to the sounds of a sink filling up with water. As always, most of the time, I am using my Colonial Razors General second shave, I believe, from the start of the year. I'm using my RazorRock Plissoft Bruce handle, 24mm, not the big Bruce, and the Mystery Aftershave, which, again, still can't tell you guys. So, one thing I do want to note is the ingredients. I'll try to be really quick here. The soap has stearic acid, water, coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, fragrance, sodium hydroxide, avocado butter, sodium lactate. So it is a vegan soap, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, so soap is slightly wet, brush is decent bit wet. Actually, I can probably bring some more out. Yeah. So, yeah, there's been some talk about blooming. I am surprised by, not some of you guys, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm surprised by, generally, at least on the Facebook page, how big of a deal it is, whether you bloom or don't bloom, or whether you should always let your soaps dry, but outside of that, I don't see what it matters. Too much water. So, yeah, it's really bubbly. Anyway, so, Christopher Bailey Davis, TSC, did a video called, I think it was Bloomingate or something like that. Reminds me of Bloomingdale's. Anyway, yeah, it's really airy. Huh. I mean, I've used this soap like once. I probably put too much water in it. In the brush, I mean. But anyway. My only issue, and I agreed actually with all his points as far as like what to do with your soap after you're done using it. What I didn't agree with was it freaking having to do anything with blooming soaps. So my only issue was the title, really. Outside of that, the guy's right. Yeah, don't, obviously, it seems common sense, but some people are new, so obviously you don't want to just use your soap, close the cap, tie it up with water just in there, regardless of if you bloom or not. And blooming, by that I mean just putting water, putting water on the actual soap itself, closing it up and putting it away. If you do that for any container, whether it's soap, just water in a bottle or anything, there's always going to be some sort of mold or bacteria growing. That's perfect conditions for it. Has nothing to do with soap. Has nothing to do with you leaving water specifically on soap. It's just the way bacteria works. There we go. I think we worked that out. I did load a little bit more. I just wanted to make sure. But I've used this soap like twice. That's another thing. So I decided the new year, there's no way I'm going to say I'm not going to buy any soaps. What I am going to say is that I'm not going to buy any soaps that aren't limited edition. It's not my hair. Limited edition, exclusive, like the Shaving Shop Club, or seasonal. So if it's just a regular production soap that's always out, good enough. I'm not going to buy it. Sufficient. What I am doing, and I'm sort of cheating, I'm having, well, I talked to Christopher LaBiche, and maybe we're going to work something out as far as making a soap for me, but I talked to, is it Irina? I think it's Irina from Ginger's Garden, and I've really been looking for that incense scent, and I did find it in Nag Champa from Sterling, but I didn't get that smoky scent, so yeah, it smelled just like as if you had a stick of incense. What I was looking for was the smell of incense burning. So Irina's working on something for me now. Really good price. It's well, if I like the scent, I guess I'll talk to her about an aftershave. But sorry, there was hair stuck in there. But you know, it's $19, or rather $19.99, which $20, good bit for soap. However, it's letting whatever base you want. Maybe some more water. Yeah, could use a little bit more water. Anyway, so yeah, not bad for a custom scent. You don't have to buy an entire, like, production of it. She makes it to order. One soap container. I guess it's probably whatever the regular sizes are. I have her tallows, which are 5 ounces. But yeah. We're going to add a little bit more water to that. The lather, as you can see, had no problem, although I always overload my brushes anyway, so. Who knows? But, yeah, so I'm going to have her do that for me. She said she just started making it now, and it takes about a week. But I've got more soap than I know what to do with, so it's not like I'm in a rush. You know, it was a little bit difficult. I am thinking, man, I don't have any new soap. So I think what shaving is to me is just a way to obviously get a good shave, but also to try a bunch of different scents. Yeah, although Rhapsody's still my favorite. Yeah, now we got a good, nice lather going. About the same. I only have 2 Tim soaps, so I don't exactly have experience with it. I have a peach soap that I created. Or rather, I have a peach soap that I got for a trade. And it smells like peach. I'm not a fan of peach, my girlfriend is, so she uses that soap. She doesn't have any DEs or tub at her current place, so she shaves at my place, so I just keep the soap here. But I don't use it, and I've just been using other soaps lately. Definitely a nice scent, I like it. But, yeah, I just haven't used it. I did buy this from Shave Revolution, so it wasn't secondhand. I bought it before they closed down. I bought it probably a few months before they closed down. Funny story, I've only actually been really wet shaving since February, I think. mid-February. But yeah, Ken, I don't know how you do this thing, man. You put out a video every day and always have something to talk about. I wait 5 days and I can't think of 2 topics. Yeah, I really got nothing to say. Oh, well, outside of shaving, I will say that it's supposed to snow, and I'm in Georgia, and some places are supposed to get, one moment here. Some places are supposed to get like 4 to 6 inches. You don't understand. Like, Georgia doesn't get snow. We get maybe ice or sleet, but snow? No. That's fun. It's all up to the user, and I did add too much soap. I probably could have just worked it in more. But it's a little bit drier than I like. I can feel the soap. It's kind of dense. In the brush, I mean. Yeah. I like it. Scent is perfectly strong. I'd put it at like a 7.5, maybe an 8. It's very woodsy. I do get the pine. I definitely get the cedar or the wood smell. I forgot which one it said it was. It is a little bit cologne-y. And by cologne, I don't mean it smells like a cologne. It's funny, but it doesn't smell natural, is what I'll say. And by natural, I mean, it doesn't smell like anything like grass or, alcohol like a fireside. It doesn't smell like that. It just smells like a mixture of scents made to make a really nice scent. So really balanced. It is split pretty well. It's a shame that Tim no longer does his thing. I mean, imagine my hand's more wet inside. Yeah. I guess in super unrelated news, but something that's exciting to me. I'm a computer guy, so I built my own computers, and I work for an IT company. Well, I work for a printer company, actually, but I do IT support. But for those of you who do PC stuff, AMD released their latest CPU, which is pretty cool. It's pretty big. And that's when you know, oh, I need to wash my face. That's how you know I'm out of topics when I start talking about computer stuff, but that's my hobby. Alrighty. What are we looking at? 13 minutes? We are doing excellent. Nothing really that I noticed. Oh, yeah, one more thing. And I already mentioned the Barrister Man, I think. If I didn't, basically they came out with their entire year of, what's it called? Their entire schedule for the year, which is cool. That way I don't have to wait month to month to see if they update it. What else here? Yeah, nothing really. I'm still waiting on some soaps for Peter to come out with that are either exclusive or really just some new scents that have alcohol freaking aftershaves. I wanted to buy that hookah lounge, but I'm 95% sure that's K-Shave Works. I don't know. Maybe it's just first impressions, man. Although, I get a similar feeling with every witch hazel-based aftershave, except for this one, which is kind of nice. In case you guys didn't read the notes section of my video and you just watched the videos, I waited about 30 minutes after using the 22-1B soap, and it, no burn. So it just may have been a really, he did up the scent strength, and I was talking with him earlier. Great guy, by the way. But I was talking with him earlier, and he said it just maybe because he upped the scent strength. So not so much an irritation, but, well, sort of an irritation to the amount of fragrance rather than the fragrance itself. God, I love this fragrance. I'm actually surprised this shave has gone as well as it did. I was at my girlfriend's place last weekend, and she sprayed some regular Nicki Minaj cologne or something like that, perfume, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know what it was, but I broke out, man, like high school level. And I mean, everywhere my skin touched the bed, I broke out. So I have been slacking on my salicylic acid, whatever that stuff is called, Stridex. I have been slacking on that, so I made sure I definitely got back on that regimen. Cleared it up for the most part. It took me about 2 days to figure what it was. I thought it was like ingrown hairs, but they were just like razor bumps, and not even razor bumps, just irritation in general. I should have done that in the beginning, but yeah. Okay, so one more wash and then clean up. Oh, you know what I didn't even mention? Oh, I think it's in my living room, or my bedroom. The Alum block. And just for proof, here's the sample I got. I'm glad I got a sample because this is the Champa, or Champa, however you say it. It smells great, just no smoke. Sue, this is our cleanup pass, plenty. Really strong scent. I love wood scents. Wood and pine and grass, just green and wood I really like. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to petrichor, which is supposed to be like what the grass smells like after it rains or something like that. So definitely looking forward to that. Alright, yeah, this is a pretty close shave. I don't really even need a cleanup pass, but as always, I'm just going to do it more as a formality and make sure. And I know how to shave enough now to know there are always the same spots that I miss or that need additional help. Yeah, so when Colonial Razors comes out with a brass one or something like that, I'm buying it. It's $100, $150, I'm buying it. I probably shouldn't say that. Oh man, I will feel so bad if they charge that much. I hope they don't charge that much. This is pretty affordable, but you know, I know how heavier metals go as far as like the cost to machine them. But no, I totally hope it isn't that expensive. I'll do it, but geez, that would really hurt. I'd have trouble justifying that. It's one of those purchases I'd have to hide. Alrighty, so yeah, this is when I'm just shaving my face. Alrighty. Okay, so good to go. We'll wash up my face, grab that aftershave, grab the Alum block, and then we'll get to the aftershave. So, one moment. Barely any burn. Oh, it was in the drawer. I need to look better. So, this does have alcohol in it as well, the aftershave. So it's got witch hazel and a little bit of, so it's mainly witch hazel, but it has a little bit of alcohol in it. But it's perfect because it doesn't really dry. Or rather, it doesn't leave that sort of filmy thing. Cut my hand earlier. Yeah, that's the alcohol. But it smells just like witch hazel. So it's very minimal. Just enough so that it doesn't leave sort of a residue. And yeah, so the alum bulk really cuts out the tingle. Not that it really didn't have much, but yeah, that's good. All right, so really good shave. Again, we were using, get this waterproof. Yeah, Tim's Soap Hybrid 2. What are we at here? 20 minutes, about 21. We'll end this shortly here. So Hybrid by Tim's Soap. And it was a Shave Revolution collaboration. This was the RazoRock 24mm Plissoft Bruce handle. We were, as always, using the John & John Alum block. And in no particular order, we were using the Mystery Aftershave. And last but certainly not least, Colonial Razors The General with a, didn't mention the blade. It's a second use of a Kai Protouch. There we go. Kai Protouch MG, which I guess is short for Metal Guard. But yeah, guys, pretty good. One thing, if you guys have any suggestions for like smoky incense aftershaves, by all means let me know. Like I said, I'm having Arena make me one, but if there's already one made, I like to see what it is. So guys, I am heading off to bed. Oh, one thing. I blew my soap as a joke. This one didn't really need blooming, even though it's it is very, very hard. What you can do when you dry your soap, you can bloom it, it doesn't matter. Just dry your soap properly. What I do is put it upside down, have the cap here, and then so it's sort of at an angle. It's still facing down, but it's not flat, creating a seal. It's at an angle, and then all the water drips out, and it's still got air. Alternatively, I'll take it to my bedroom, turn the fan on. By the morning, it's fine, but I leave it for 24 hours. So always let your soap dry. Doesn't matter if you bloom or don't bloom. Let it dry. And that's it. So guys, I'm out. I'll see you later, and have a great day and a great shave. Bye.